What is up, everybody? It is Monday, December 19th, 2016. This is Radio Tokyo. I'm Jonathan. I'm here, and I think next year we're going to have to come up with a new intro, Nick, because I think it's kind of obvious that I'm here with me saying that. I don't know. But anyway, it's been an interesting day, a very interesting day. I think I'm coming down with a cold. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced I'm not coming down with a cold. Because
It sounds like
you hear
you
me.
have a cold.
I probably
Yeah,
probably do. Because I mean, if the if the of course overly exaggerated sniffing I'm doing now is not giving it away, I don't know what will.
it sounds like you have a pretty bad cold there.
I could be.
But
I well see. It's either cold or I am Donald Trump. I mean, because every 5 seconds I'm.
I mean, do you really want to be Donald Trump? I would hope for the cold.
I would be president. So yeah.
You would be, but you'd also be Donald Trump. I mean,
Incredibly
just think.
wealthy and also president. I'm okay with that.
But look at his hair.
70 years old and he still has all his hair? Okay.
Are you sure he has all his hair? Because that looks like a toupee.
Oh, it's his hair. It's his hair. Anyway, this is episode 86 for us. Wow, we're doing good for not even keeping to our 3 episode a week schedule.
A little bit. We're okay.
Yeah, episode 86. 86. That's. Oh, wait, isn't 86 a term for the end of something? Like it's been 86, or am I just going crazy?
I don't know, is it? I don't think it is. Not that I can
This
think
is the
of.
end. This is the end. Like, I was gonna sing because apparently, um, okay, the other day I did a little video for our local police department. Well, not for them. I'm in it rather. Because we have a new woman who works for there, and she is the public interface officer. And our police chief managed to coax her away from working independently as a videographer and photographer and everything. And she also had worked for 2 local news stations, and he managed to coax her away to come work for a police department. Um, so she asked me if I, because I'm involved in all the local things. She asked me if I wanted to be in a video of people for our city who are singing Christmas carols. And I'll be honest with you, as a non-believer, it's awfully strange to know there is a video of me out there singing a Christmas carol. It's just strange, but it's fine. I don't care. Because it was nice to me to be asked, and be acknowledged, for everything I've been doing the past year or so, trying to help, um, basically trying to help my city without putting on a superhero costume and going and punching bad guys. Like I'm trying to really hard to be Bruce Wayne, but apparently I can sing, and it's not, and you're the only person who thinks that I can't.
I mean, you you're not terrible. I mean, I could see you singing pretty well the Christmas carols. I would like to see that. I would like that. We should share that video. That's what we should do.
No, 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 because that would. Okay, it's not that I would mind sharing it. It's that there's a lot of people whose names and faces that are in there that I don't think they really want to be public. It's weird. It's weird. People get weird whenever you get into possible issues of privacy violations.
I get that, but I would like to see you sing. Well, then maybe just share it with me, I guess.
Well, it's not like you haven't had the opportunity to already see it. But see, the funny
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
I would
uh,
see you do Christmas carols though. That's what I want to see. I
no,
want to see
no,
Christmas carols.
no. I just did. about 2 lines of "We wish you a Merry Christmas" because that was it. It was supposed. See, I thought it was going to be more people, but the video is like 30 seconds long, and there's only about 5 or 6 people in it who actually sing. Uh, my guess is because that uh, everyone else was. It was either everyone else is so terrible, or she did not get the response she was hoping for. And I'm hoping it was just everyone was terrible. Because I mean, there was our mayor, two city councilmen, the city secretary, the secretary at the police department, and then myself, and then 2 city staff members. Like that was all in it. So that was everybody from the city. Um, and then there was a second one that it just gave me nightmares. And no disrespect to our police chief, man. I love you to death, but uh, he can't sing as well as I think he can be police chief. But the young lady the PIO, what she is, public information officer, she she told me that I could not be as bad as one of the city commissioners she had recorded singing. And when I listened to it, I'm like, okay, I'm not that bad off. But whenever I got done singing my little section, she said that if I think that I sing badly, I should hear the people at the police department because none of them can sing worth a damn. And there is a video starting off with our police chief and several other officers, and they just, I'll be honest, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to watch it.
I I'm just kind of shaking my head because, you know, it's okay, police officers. I encourage you to sing away,
Yes. Keep
no
keep
matter
keep singing, keep singing. Instead of
no
going
matter
home,
how horrible you are, please sing.
yes, keep practicing because it's whatever. Anyway, okay. Do we want to talk about actual news, or do we want to talk about fun stuff first, Nick? Because there's no joke. There's been a lot to have happened just today. Well, I mean, you could say this weekend, but I'm gonna go with just today.
Um, I mean, unfortunately, this news seems kind of important, so I
Well,
guess we
okay,
can
okay.
talk.
Wait. Can we, for like 5 seconds, talk about Rogue One?
Sure.
Okay. Remember the other day when we were talking about, actually Friday, when we were talking about the connections between Rogue One and all of the other Star Wars movies, and not just the movies, but Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to think about that, and I managed to find a scene from like it's slightly spoilers here. You see the rebel fleet at one point in time, like the entire fucking rebel fleet. It's by the way, it's actually larger in this than it was. Of course, understandable because there's like 5 years difference. Anyway, it's larger in this than it is in Return of the Jedi. But you see the rebel fleet, and there is a ship in there, and it has a very 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 specific design, and it happens to be the design of the Ghost from Star Wars Rebels, which I think is just amazing. There also is apparently a general called for, who happens to have who happens to have the same name as one of the characters on Rebels. So yes, there is some definite call outs there to that show, and I just thought it was kind of badass that that was in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Now, whether it's actually supposed to be them or not, I don't know. But it's still pretty badass that it's there. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I I imagine that we're going to see quite a few more Star Wars references as we analyze the movie more. And I'm totally fine with that. I am more than okay with that.
Yep. In other news, over the weekend, 2016 has it's been doing it every day. Let's not uh
I think we should stop tempting 2016 by saying that it's going to be over soon and just embrace that we're all going to die horribly.
I honestly think that 2016 is trying very, very, very hard to it's as if the year is alive and it's saying, look, 100 years ago, you people were in the middle of a world war and you were killing people. Don't let me down. It's like 2016 really, really, really wants us to have World War III, and it's really trying to give us all the reasons possible. I mean, like, goddamn, think about it. From uh, issues of police brutality to terrorism to the Nazi we're going to have in office in January. I mean, all this other shit's been going on. And apparently, all of the good people are dying this year. But over the weekend, we lost, of all people, Henry Heimlich, the man who invented a life saving technique. He's now dead.
I mean, are we surprised anymore? I genuinely want to know if anyone is surprised by this.
Not
Is,
as surprised as I am about that as Zsa Zsa Gabor dying last night. Okay. Honest confession time here. Um, you wouldn't think someone my age would know who Zsa Zsa Gabor is because she's obviously been around for a while. But no, I know who she is. In fact, I used to watch reruns of Green Acres back on Nick at Night when Nick at Night used to be like the original version of Nick at Night, where it was Dick Van Dyke, and believe it or not, they had the 1940s Batman serial on. I mean, like this is of course back in the days when MASH and Night Court and stuff like that were uh well, they weren't exactly in their original runs. They were fairly close to ending, or they had just like back when I was a kid. In other words, but they used to show these programs at night, and I watched Green Acres and Dick Van Dyke and stuff like that as a kid. Okay, so I knew who Zsa Zsa Gabor was since I was little. Um, I've kind of kept up with what she's been doing for a very long time, and I was quite sad to find out that she died last night. In fact, she's uh 2 months away, or what, or yeah, about 2 months away from being 100. She would have been 100 February 16th, I think. So it's quite sad to lose her, and I mean it's sad to lose everyone we've lost this year, but there are just some of the deaths that are a little that have a little more impact to them, and the reason I'm even mentioning it is because the BBC did a study just of their own uh, records and everything this year because a lot of people are saying that a lot more people seem to be dying this year than in years past. So the BBC decided to test this, and what they did was they looked at not announcements of deaths, but people who had prepared obituaries. People who had who mostly who were famous or wealthy or whatever, and they would have an obituary prepared ahead of time that talked about their accomplishments. And it might not say how they died, because it's prepared, a couple years in advance. But they went through this, and this is just the BBC. This is not ABC, CNN, anyone else. This is just BBC alone. Okay. They found something like 46 prepared obituaries had been published this year. 46 compared to last year, which I think was 32. Uh,
And the year's still not over.
that's right. We still have what, like 11 days, 12 days, something like that.
Yeah,
But
it can still go on.
most of the prepared obituaries had actually been released in the earlier part of the year. For like from around January to April or May, somewhere around there, and then it slowed down. And of course, you still had a lot of people die this year. A lot of people have decided to leave this year. But it was just interesting because I read about that over the weekend, and there's been Dr. Heimlich and Zsa Zsa and I forget who else. Uh, uh, Alan Thicke last week. This is all within the span of people who have died since I read the article, and it's interesting to go back to read that and think, okay, well, a lot of people are dying, but realistically, the reason is that uh, actually, it's my brother who pointed this out. No, my brother or my mom, one of the two. Anyway, they said that it's not so much that more people are dying; it's that I'm just of the age where I notice it more, and it's kind of true, because like I'll be 30. Holy shit, I'll be 35 next year. Um, yeah, wow,
I, I
I'm old.
I think that's partly it, and I also think that because of the internet now, it's easier to find out about these things. Like some of the celebrities that we were just talking about, they might not have been mentioned on the news in previous years, and it's because of the internet now that we see a lot of these celebrities being mentioned for their deaths. So I think there's a couple of interesting aspects to it, really.
There are, and like, okay, especially with Jean Jacques Gabor. I mean, you're talking about a woman who was active in the golden days of Hollywood. I mean, of course, being 100 years old, she's been around, well, gold and silver age of Hollywood. Um, but it's astounding to me that a woman who was active in theater uh, back around the time that World War II was going, actually before World War II, uh, still managed to remain culturally relevant for that long. It's impressive. I mean, like that is a genuine achievement to me. But going back to it being more noticeable, yeah, I mean, it really is in a lot of ways. I mean, there's people who have been like David Bowie earlier this year, and then Prince. They've been around for a long time. They've been doing music and
I mean,
movies and
those
everything for a very, very
celebrities,
long time.
yeah, celebrities like that we would have known about in any time period just because they were so famous and influential. But other people, like some of the people that just recently died, we might not have heard about that, honestly.
Well, probably not, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, we could, embrace our coming death and herald the age of Cthulhu. That's what I was thinking about doing. What about you?
Well,
Or
I think I'm sniffling enough lately to properly uh speak some of the language that were in those books. It's like I think I'm capable enough of producing those sounds right now. So,
you shall be the herald of Cthulhu.
oh, um,
Huh?
I said, speaking of that, I ran Dragon Soul the other day, and of course, there's the faceless generals in there, and they scream at you in their like in their language, and not only that, but I've been doing a little war a lot lately because I am like 11 fragments away, and God willing, I will get them tomorrow, and I will have Valenier finally. But which by the way,
I need
by the way, by the
that.
way, if any of y'all who play World of Warcraft are wanting Valenier, um, apparently the fragments, like the drop rate, has been futzed with lately. So run it. I mean, the like the new pets that were added in was part of my motivation for going
Huh.
because I wanted them to have and wanted them to sell. But the drop rate on those is lowered, but the drop rate on the fragments has apparently been kind of like edged up a little bit. So I'm just gonna run, go run a little more. Get hit anyway. But I was thinking
Oh, that's
about the
kind of nice.
faceless generals. What's that?
I said that's kind of nice. I kind of want to run it now a little bit.
Go for it. But I just th- thinking about the language as I said everything. Remind me of something I read today. Do you know that the Cataclysm version of Azeroth has actually been around longer now than well, actually December 23rd I think is when it was when the anniversary was of the changes, but it's actually been around longer now than the original Azeroth was.
That doesn't surprise me, really. I mean, it's kind of shocking to think about, but I'm not really surprised by it.
I mean, they're both 6 years, but the Cataclysm version is like just it's more of a matter of days than anything else. Like it's
Yeah, because
almost
I
30
mean,
days older.
Cataclysm still feels very recent, at least to me. But now that I think about it, it has been longer now.
Yeah,
So I'm not
yeah. It's
really,
it's kind of
yeah,
strange to think about it. I mean,
yeah.
knowing that fact and thinking back, I'm like, God damn, it couldn't have been that long ago. But yeah, it actually was. It was
I mean,
a little over 6 years ago now.
World of Warcraft is a very old game. One of the oldest.
Yeah. So anyway, before we get into this, I want to do some shameless plugging here because reasons. Uh, if you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to like this video, comment on it, share it, subscribe to our channel. Please like us on Facebook if you're seeing us there. If you're on Patreon, please donate anything you can. We're only asking for $1 for everybody. Message us on Twitter and subscribe to us on Twitch. The only reason I even bring it up is because we talked about um, the issues with YouTube the other day, which are still going on, still affecting a lot of people. So, shameless plug, halfway in the program, shut up, give us your money. I don't know, whatever. Batman.
Right at that doesn't give a it. I know it's tempting to just throw the money at the screen, but it doesn't really help. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, I kind of think what's going on is everyone actually is throwing money at the screen, and we're just not getting it. Like our hands are held out, and we just aren't getting it. So please
Well,
go to our
that's
Patreon.
why you have to go to the Patreon and put the money in there.
Yes.
That's how it works,
Um.
guys.
For donating a single dollar, you get a date with Nick, and he will pay for everything.
I will take you to the best KFC I can find.
Well, see, the other day we were talking about this. You said that you were going to take them uh, to Walmart as well.
I will, but only after Black Friday, so you guys have to wait a bit, but it's coming.
So
I
yeah, give a
promise.
dollar and win a date with Nick where he pays for everything.
I will take you to KFC. I will take you to Walmart. You'll have an amazing time. I promise.
Okay, okay. On no wait, shit. I almost missed. I almost missed something else. to talk about, Nick. There's like one last thing before we talk about the actual news.
Okay.
Blade Runner 2 is coming out next year, and
I saw it.
yeah, the trailer is, I don't know, like a minute and a half long. In fact, I would actually have it on here playing so all of you could see it, but no, not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. We do have it on our Facebook page. We do. It is there. Go watch it. The reason I'm saying go watch it there is because like all the people on YouTube who have it, go watch it on us. Just give like I mean, you're listening to us right now, so why not just go to our Facebook page and say, "Oh, hey, look, here's the trailer Jonathan's talking about," and watch it. Look, why not? I mean, why go to someone else for the cool shit when you could come right here to us, right? Shameless plug.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blade Runner, of course, is a it's a classic. Let's be honest. If you don't like the movie, it is still one of those culturally relevant films. Um,
It,
you see,
it it's one of those movies, and I mean I've watched it before, and I get it, I do, but it just feels like such an acquired taste in a lot of ways.
it is. It.
Like,
It. I mean, any movie that has a dystopian future type feel to it like that is going to be acquired.
well, I mean, how do I describe this? It goes even beyond that for me. It's just so dark and so dreary and sad to watch. It can be tough. I'll put it like that.
It can, but see, here's the
But
best part.
it's totally
Here's the
it's
best
totally
part.
worth watching. It's
It
like one
is.
of those artistic movies that you have to watch. You don't have a choice. You absolutely have to watch it.
You do. And see, here's the best part. Here's the absolute best part. We are like 2 years away from when the original movie takes place. Yeah. So apparently our childhoods lied to us. Actually not just lied to us, um, but slapped us directly in the face with the lie, and then fed us the lie for dinner, and married us to it. Because we don't have flying cars, we don't have well, we almost have flying cars. We almost have energy weapons, but we don't have. Oh no, wait, Japan actually does have functional robots. God damn it. God damn it. Apparently it's not a lie, we're just not as advanced just yet. Not as advanced. But yeah, uh Blade Runner is absolutely one of the movies that it, it really is an acquired thing, and I know there are a lot of people who have watched it and felt that way, or people who have avoided watching it because you might have seen how dark and gritty it is. Weird that we're in the age of dark and gritty movies, but yeah, it's absolutely worth watching. It really, really is. Don't get me wrong; it's worth seeing. So if you get the opportunity to watch it, please go see the original Blade Runner. But the new one is going to have, of course, it has to have Harrison Ford in it because it's he was in the original one, so he's reprising his role, kind of like he did with Force Awakens and Indiana Jones. And oh my god, are we going to ruin Blade Runner, Nick?
Yes, apparently we are.
I
Although I do like Ryan Gosling. I have to say that. I tend I like
Ryan
Ryan
Gosling is
Gosling.
okay. Ryan Gosling is like I am fine with Ryan Gosling being in this, just like I was with Mr. Unknown Individual, who I can't think of who was in Tron. But by the way, uh, the second Tron movie is okay. I mean, it's almost a carbon copy of the original one, but it's still
Yeah,
good. It's still good.
I
I mean,
actually I actually liked the second Tron movie. I didn't have a problem. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was fine.
it was. I mean, even if you remove the fact that it's a Tron movie, you still have like a 2.5 hour long commercial for Daft Punk, and that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. But um,
It isn't.
It's not. But I think. Holy shit. Okay. Apparently, our generation cannot help but ruin all of the cool things. So we're gonna ruin Blade Runner by bringing it back. And, oh, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. But we're gonna ruin it somehow. Somehow, trying to do these new things. I mean, I think that might be the success for something like the RoboCop reboot because I don't recall Peter Weller being in it, and that might have
Wait,
been that may be why it was so good. But like with Force Awakens, you had to
wait,
have
didn't we
original actors.
redo RoboCop already? I thought we did.
Yes, it was redone. Remember, he had on the like the black bodysuit. He had the. It, it would be like if Kit in Knight Rider became a bipedal humanoid figure. That's kind of what RoboCop looked like.
Yeah, I don't think I even bothered to watch it.
I
I think
did. I did. It's weird. It's I haven't watched it in a long time, but I don't recall. Like I said, Peter Weller being in it. If he was, I'm sorry, but I just I just had this thought thinking about Blade Runner. We're gonna have the original actors in it, and gonna ruin it, gonna fuck it up forever. I mean, why don't we do these things to people?
I, for some strange reason, I actually think this might be one of the movies that redoing could be actually a good thing. Or they're not even redoing it. They're making a sequel, which
Yeah,
is
it's a
number
sequel.
one
It's a
gives me
sequel.
hope. For
Well,
one, that gives me
well,
hope.
well. Force Awakens was a sequel, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a sequel, and
Okay,
those
well,
were.
one of those was good, and one of those was really, really bad.
I had no idea you really loved Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I loved The Force Awakens.
Oh, wait. Speaking of movies that we thought were terrible, um, Suicide Squad has been on pay per view all weekend, and I rented it and I watched it again, and I want to change my stance on Suicide Squad. I actually like it now. Um,
You
initially
said you liked
watching,
it the first time.
I did, but I had problems with it, and then I went back and like it. I guess it's just having a few months uh to not be so critical about it. Just kind of process what's in it. And I went back and watched it at like two or three more times over the weekend, and I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. It's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. Um, sure, there are things that were cut of the movie that should be back in there. I would think, like for example, having more Joker in there wouldn't hurt. But, but here's the thing.
Or
Here's the thing.
or the scene where he actually pushes. I honestly think the part that ruins it for me is that uh, they portrayed the relationship between Harley and Joker so badly in the movie by making it seem like it works, I guess. And to me, that's just a really almost unforgivable problem for
Well,
me.
we'll see. Here's the thing I noticed about that because you know damn well that originally, when I saw it, I'm like, no, this is a terrible example. Please don't, like, please don't have them being accessible. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I went back and watched it, and I noticed, uh, just in the flashbacks that are in the movie, it's Harley pulling him along. It is not the Joker. If you pay very close attention, he like when he's first brought up, like when they're sitting in the her office and they're talking, and Amanda Waller's doing the voiceover, and she says that she thought, well, Harley thought she was curing him, but she was really falling in love. Yes, she fell in love with him. Now, he brainwashed her and Stockholm syndromed her into helping him, and then he does the whole punishment thing, and that of course leads to the chemical plant and everything else. But if you watch it, he does everything possible to shove her away. I mean, it's not as blatant as throwing her out of a window like was done on the animated series or anything like that. He doesn't do that, but he does distance himself emotionally from her, and like there's even a physical difference. For example, when they were in the car chase sequence and they go off the side of the bridge, whatever, she's screaming, "I can't swim!" He's not there when Batman gets in the water. The Joker is gone. He abandoned her ass there. Um, and he does, of course, shove her out of the helicopter when it's going to crash in the movie. Spoilers. But but it's. I mean, I think at that point in time, she had managed to win him back over. You know, so what it shows essentially is what their relationship would be realistic. I mean, they're two equally dangerous, criminally insane individuals, and I think that her twistedness is what's pulling him along as much as it was originally his twistedness pulling her along, and that's real. And the whole reason I'm trying to even defend it right now, which is this is the first goddamn time I've ever done this in my life. Cut me some slack here. The reason I'm so willing to try and defend it just in this movie is because I think at some point in time we're very likely to get a movie that shows them together and it shows them interacting, and she will break away. I am so very confident of this, I would be willing to bet money that DC is going to show their relationship break down, because there is no way that these two crazy assholes that are running around that are. I mean, even Amanda Waller acknowledges that Harley is far more dangerous than the Joker. There's going to be something that's going to snap between them, and it will play out like in the comics, and I'm damn it, I'm excited to see that.
I would be excited to see that, but I don't have enough confidence in who's was it W? Wait, who owns them now? I can't remember.
Warner Brothers, I think, does.
Who owns the right to the DC Brothers? I don't have enough confidence in Warner Brothers. I really don't.
I do. I do. I'm excited. So, because I mean, okay, I know at some point in time, possibly Justice League 2, we're going to be dealing with some of the bigger baddies of the DC universe. But if they want to be successful, they're going to have to bring in bad guys, and they're going to have to kind of copy off of Marvel. I'll be honest, but I think they're going to have to start bringing in villains. And what will put asses in chairs to see movies will be something like the Joker. So if there is a Batman movie in the future where we have the Joker, maybe a good Catwoman, something like that, some compelling villain, people will go see it. Or theoretically, the Joker might become bad enough that in the DCU that he will take on the Justice League. I don't know. I mean, like, it gives me hope. Damn it! Like I said, we're pretty close to the end of the year, so let me have some hope for 2017.
Nope, nope. I'm gonna be that negative realist. That's what I'm gonna be. That's what I'm going to be.
Well, being a realist would be acknowledging what happened today, our first actual news story of the day.
Being uh Turkey, ambassador to Turkey being assassinated, the Russian
Nope,
ambassador.
nope, nope. That's our depressing story for the end of the day. The first one, deep breath. Deep breath. Moment of silence. The Electoral College voted today,
Yep.
and I am so proud to say this publicly. The two Republican votes that were not in favor of Donald Trump actually came from Texas. But he had 304 votes out of 306 total electoral votes that he had won just for Republicans. And there was no way Hillary would have beaten him because there was a far larger margin of votes pledged to him. So a month from tomorrow, the United States will be inaugurating the first president of the United States bought and paid for by a foreign nation.
So you mean to say only two people in the Electoral College actually did their job?
Yes. Well, no, they all did their job because they are charged with voting for whom they want to. Now, they can change their vote. It's fine if they want to. But I think it's like 26 states are set up to where whoever wins the popular vote, the votes are supposed to go for them. And in those states, I believe you pay a fine. So we've had two people in Texas who are going to pay a fine. But whatever, it's fine. The Electoral College has functioned. But clearly, if you go back and you read, I think I mentioned this the other day, Federalist Papers number, what was it, 68? 68, I think. The Electoral College is actually intended to prevent a foreign power from taking over, and all the assholes on the internet that are saying it's voter suppression, get rid of the Electoral College. No, you want the Electoral College to be there because that's what it's supposed to do. It's functioning the way it's supposed to do. If we went by the popular vote, there would have been anarchy. Let's be honest. There would have been. But I'm not saying that there won't be. I'm not saying there won't be protests and riots because it's very likely to happen. Like even people I know who lived through the Kennedy assassination era are saying that they're afraid. They're afraid that our president elect will not remain president for very long. And that's kind of a scary thing to hear someone say. I mean, it's the possibility that this man who's going to be our president next is going to piss someone off, whether it's us or it's going to be Russia or some other country. Someone's going to get pissed off, and there's going to be shooting happening. And I mean, I think that's kind of a good thing for us to be addressing today, because there's been some shootings going on. Yay! Yeah, yay for violence and shootings, I think.
I don't think we're supposed to yay for that. I genuinely think that's a not yay thing. I could be wrong though. I don't know. But yeah, so, you know, bad things are happening. The world is ending. I'm, I'm, it's not a fun time. It really isn't.
I don't so much think it's the world ending. I think it's just 2016's trying to compete with everything else. It's like, I'm gonna be memorable, goddammit! And it's, oh, I'm so ready for here to be over. I'm so ready. I really am. All right, really am. But yeah, interesting thing happened today. Amongst other things, well, actually, first off, let's talk about the, was it Berlin? Yeah, it was Berlin. There was a Christmas market set up, which is a Christmas market where you have, I've never been to one, so I don't know. But anyway, a vehicle drove into a crowd and they killed, like, what, 9 people, I think?
It was something horrible like that.
Somewhere around that way. And then there was a shooting in Zurich, I believe, at a mosque. And of course, there are people out there saying, it's the fucking Muslims! The Muslims are doing it! We need to ban Islam! Islam's terrible! It's a shooting at a mosque, for one. They don't know who did it. It does not seem to be religiously motivated. It's not being treated as an act of terrorism. Okay, the thing in Berlin, they don't know who did it. It's not being treated as an act of terrorism. So if it was a Muslim doing it, that's fine, but it's not a terrorist. It's not an Islamic extremist. And of course, the other argument is about our main story, like the one that the sole reason for even doing the show today is the no, I'm kidding. We have a lot of reasons to do the show today. Um, the Russian ambassador to Turkey was assassinated today on live TV. Um, I've seen the video of it. It's I, you can't even tell he's being shot. I mean, you can tell, but you can't. But what happens is, in fact, if you're watching on screen right now, you can actually see the gunman behind him. The nice, handsome young man in the suit that's looking at him, just from behind him. That is a Turkish police officer. Apparently, he was selected to be a portion of the guard around the ambassador. And when he was giving a speech, he just walked up behind him and shot him, and then started screaming. And what he was screaming about was, remember Aleppo? People in Aleppo are dying, so you die here, and stuff like that. And then apparently, again, according to the conspiracy theorists, he started shouting Allahu Akbar, and they're like, "Oh, he's a terrorist! He's a terrorist!" No, he's not a terrorist. He's angry because Russia is bombing Aleppo. Russia is murdering innocent people. Oh,
Yeah,
and
it,
and 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 Russia's doing it for political measures. They're causing fear for political gain. That would be the literal definition of terrorism.
pretty much.
That's right, Putin. I said it. You're a terrorist. What are you gonna do about it? You gonna kill me? I'm already sick. Fuck off.
I mean, he might try.
Oh, he can try. That's fine.
I mean, he does own the White House now, right?
It's true. It's true. Which is, yeah, he does in the White House, but you know what? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Trump is not going to be one of the people who's going to take people out the way that Obama would. He's not going to bomb me from a distance. Oh, no, 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 no. Trump's plan is to recruit more into the military, more people. So assuming we do have a World War III, you can probably expect we're going to have a draft. And guess what? I'll be 35. I'll be just at the upper end. Yes, I don't have to fight in the war.
See, on the one hand, I don't want to go to World War III because it sounds stupid. On the other hand, I don't want to not be drafted because that seems, kind of silly to
Not
have
being
other
drafted is
people
silly.
fighting. Yeah, I would like to go fight for my country in general.
Well, whenever I finish building your robot suit, you can. How's that? You can go. You won't be RoboCop. You'll be RoboNick.
Okay, I can
No,
accept
wait,
that.
wait, wait. You'll be Robot Nick. Ha ha!
I'm just gonna shake my head at you.
No, no. You will say that was an awesome Sonic the Hedgehog joke, like a normal person would, because that was a good Sonic the Hedgehog joke. Let's be honest, it really was.
No, no, I refuse. I
Yes,
protest.
no. You don't get to protest. You don't
I'm
get to
launching a
protest.
formal protest
No, no.
that
You don't
you
get to do
made
that.
a terrible joke
No. It's a good
and that
joke.
you
It's a good
should
joke.
be
It
shamed.
was a good joke. It was a great joke. It was a huge joke. It is the best joke. I had the best jokes.
God damn it. I get hate the next 4 years.
Ah, 2016 is awesome. But yeah. Um realistically, realistically, the assassination of this ambassador is going to cause some long-term problems. Um,
to say the
Again, looking
least.
at history, because the reason earlier I said that I think that 2016 is trying to compete with 1916 is because in 1916 we had World War One, and what led to World War One? An assassination in that exact same part of the world, and all kinds of problems going around. People, couldn't get
I
along and
think
weren't agreeing, and we have a lot of that going on. A lot of it going on
I
lately.
think
So,
that might be the craziest part to me. That another assassination could possibly cause another world war, which would make me sad.
but look at it
It
this
would
way.
just genuinely.
30 years after, well, 20 years after it's over, we're going to have another one. And it'll be caused by someone exterminating individuals and putting them in. Oh, wait, shit, we already have someone threatening to do that right now. Yay, we're going to get two world wars for the price of one. Woohoo!
Is that possible?
Yes, yes, it will be possible. It will be possible. Um, we're gonna get World War One and World War Two combined, like the best parts of both of them. God damn it! Yes, it's gonna be so fascinating just to see all these people just falling over dead and trenches everywhere, but concentration camps being built up. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I am so glad that Blade Runner
Oh, wait,
predicted the end of the world. I'm just yes. Like you know what? Instead of calling it World War Three,
what?
hang on.
I'm confused
Instead of
now.
calling it World War Three, let's call it Blade Runner Wars. Yeah, we'll give it a cool name. That way, it's cool.
But are we the good guys here or the bad guys? I'm really confused
I don't
now.
know. I don't know anymore. I mean, I think I think we have crossed over into the realm of being the good guy for so long that we're now the bad guy. Like I think if we're anything, we're Batman. Yeah, the United States is Batman.
I, I I don't think we're Batman. I don't think we're good enough to be Batman anymore.
We don't have to be good. We just have to be what they deserve.
I I, I guess. I guess.
It's not a
I
car.
guess. That's still the stupidest Batman voice ever.
No, it's not. It makes perfect sense. You just don't understand. You just don't have any idea how hard it is to breathe. Swear to me!
I think you're horrifying anyone that's listening right now. Just,
They should be afraid. I'm Batman. Speaking of which, speaking of awesome Batmans, um, years and years and years ago, when I was a kid, I was lucky enough to get a copy of Batman Year One. I think I still have it somewhere. I don't know, but anyway, of course, years and years ago when I was a kid, it had only been out for like 10 years. But anyway, it to this day, Batman Year One remains one of my favorite um uh uh graphic novels. Also one of the few that I've ever owned. So yay, bonus points. Anyway, um, over the weekend I noticed, and I don't know how I missed it when it came out, but DC actually made an animated version of Batman Year One. It has, oh God, what's his name? What's his name? The guy in Gotham that plays Jim Gordon. Um, he does Batman, and um, Bryan Cranston is Gordon. It's really good. It's really good. Uh, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because, of course, like all the fun lines that everyone likes to make fun of Christian Bale for quoting. A lot of those, especially in Batman Begins, a lot of those actually come from Batman. Well, they're inspired by Batman Year One. Um, but okay, you remember in Batman Begins when he uses the Sonic collar in his boot?
Yeah.
That's actually from Batman Year One, and this is not an insult to the movies. This is not an insult to them at all. But the way it's animated in Year One, it's so much more frightening to see it. It really is. Uh, Mostly because Batman's being shot at by the now. Before you say, but spoilers, Jonathan. No, this is a 30-year-old comic book. Go fucking read it. God damn. Anyway, uh,
Spoilers.
do what?
Spoilers.
No, no spoilers. Anyway, it just comes across so much better in an animated format than it does realistic. Because because in real life, in real life, if anyone had ever managed to build something like that would work, it wouldn't be. To me, it's weird trying to have him do that in a movie when that is the single most comic aspect of Batman. It's like, well, he's just starting out. He's developed something that will call bats. And again, what's going on in this sequence is he's being shot at by the police. Because this is when he's first becoming Batman, and it's a very interesting retelling of Year One, or the origin of Batman. But anyway, he's being shot at by the cop in a building in Gotham that they firebombed trying to get him. The cops set a building on fire trying to catch Batman. Uh, so what's happened is he's lost his utility belt. It's blown up, and he's only got a couple things left. Like he has a blowgun, and then he has the Sonic thing in his boot, and he presses it, and Ben McKenzie. I just thought of his name. Anyway, he's doing the narration, and it's. I mean, at times the voice doesn't fit, especially when he's doing Bruce Wayne. To me, it doesn't fit, but his voice is fucking perfect for Batman. It's perfect. So they're talking about. He's like, I don't even know if it's gonna work. It's over a mile away, and it took me months to find the Ferguson. So he presses it, and then all of a sudden, just like in the middle of the fucking fight, the sky gets dark and this cloud of bats flies in. It just looks so cool in the animated form, and to get to see it moving, it especially the music they wrote for it. It's beautiful. I love it. Like it's all of the good things in Dawn of Justice, which, by the way, I also am finally going to sit down and watch both parts of the animated version of The Dark Knight Returns, because that's also on uh, TV now. Not pay per view, but like it's actually doing the regular stuff. But they show it at odd hours, which is like when I tend to be asleep. I don't know why they can't show it at a normal time. But I have DVR'd it, so I get to finally watch both versions of it because I cannot find it anywhere to buy except for online. But it's just really great to me to get to watch these things, and it's kind of like reading the book, but you still get to watch them and see all the cool things have inspired all the Batman movies for the past 30 years. Like a giant cloud of bats and saying, it's not a car.
I just laugh every time I hear that. I can't help it.
You and I both know I would make a
Something.
good. We both know I would make a good Batman.
Sure. Sure you would.
I'd be the best Batman. I wouldn't be the one that you need. I would be the one that you deserve. Swear to me. I was wondering when you would show up. I was here all along. I was in the darkness. You were born in the dark. I was raised by it. Murdered by it. I didn't see them. Oh God, that movie, that voice, that just it kills me every time I watch it.
It's just hilarious to listen to.
Uh, I mean, for such a good version of the character, just the voice kind of throws me off.
It's just a really silly voice, and I really don't know who thought it was gonna be a good idea, but
He did.
I'm sorry, guys, it wasn't.
He thought it was. He thought it was because apparently it's patterned on the. I I get method acting, but at the same time I don't. It's kind of like Shia LaBeouf ripping out one of his fucking teeth because his character needed to not have a tooth for some reason, even though the not having a tooth was entirely irrelevant to the movie in Fury. I mean, like he joined a church just to portray a believer, like a Christian better in the movie, and it's weird. Like I get method acting. It's wonderful. There's some positive things about it, you know, and then you have people like Jared Leto who in coming like goddamn goddamn like this has bothered me since I first started hearing and reading about him being the Joker. Him coming up with the laugh rather than now here's the thing. I don't want to entirely knock method acting because Heath Ledger method acted into arguably the best version of the Joker we ever had on screen. Um,
But he also committed suicide afterwards.
yeah, but if you okay, like the scene where they're in the kitchen and he makes, I'm gonna make a pencil disappear. When he does that, which that's one of the most beautiful things about his version. But there's a scene like the beginning of the scene where when he's walking in, he's going ah ee ooh ooh that what got him to do that. Like he was not told to do that. That was his thing, and it was him basically looking at how they write the Joker's laughter in the comics and just repeating it, which is beautiful and it works. And of course, you have Mark Hamill's Joker laugh, which he figured out driving on the freeway in Los Angeles, just trying to animate the Joker's laugh because you want to have the insanity, and Jack Nicholson's laugh is just Jack Nicholson. Uh, but then you have Jared Leto's version that that weird voice like that he laughs in, and listening to how he came up with these, like, well, I was walking around New York City one day and I was just walking up behind random people trying out different laughs, getting to see which one would get the best reaction. There's method acting, and then there's the insane method acting, and I think that that's kind of part of the problem to me with Leto's Joker is knowing he walked around New York going ha 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 just randomly out of fucking nowhere just to get a reaction out of people. I mean, it's not like he sat in his vehicle going doing something like that. It's like he's actually walking around in public, and there's even videos of him doing it at concerts because he's in a band, at concerts and shit. Like walking up on stage and going, and then going back to what he was like. I just don't get that. It's crazy to me that people do that sometimes.
It's I get it, but it's just one of those things where I I don't know. Like, is it really a genuine thing, or is it or do you just pretend it's genuine and then be like, hey, look at me, I did all this stuff. I
I
think
think
a
in a lot
lot
of
of
ways it's
times
genuine.
better.
I like
I think a lot
I
of
really think it's
well, what I mean is I think a lot of the time we find better acting from people who don't do method acting. It's
you
just my
do.
opinion.
You do. I mean, it's genuine that that they're trying to capture the role, but it comes off as very forced. And like going back to Shia LaBeouf and Fury, I actually love his role. I love the character, but it's so forced. You can tell. You know, I mean, it's unlike Saving Private Ryan, where I just forgot his name. Matt Damon intentionally stayed away from the rest of the crew, who was going through a boot camp, by the way, so they would actually be able to more accurately portray a soldier. That's method acting. That's wonderful. That's fun. But the reason that Matt Damon stayed away from them and got to stay in all the nice hotels and everything else while they're doing that was because it was his idea to intentionally create animosity between them. He wanted the actors to see him and know that he had avoided being in all those things so that when it came time to be angry at him, they would have something to draw on. So that's why when you see the film reactions to him, it's it's truth. You're actually seeing, their uh, uh, anger at this man for having intentionally avoided everything else. Like for example, going back to Suicide Squad for a second here, because we're actually close enough to stop the show. But anyway, so this is like the last thing I want to talk about. Um, if you go back and watch Suicide Squad, the scene where you see Deadshot in Bel Rev and he's being handed the gun, uh, Will Smith's reaction is genuine. Like the first time he shoots the gun, and just like the look of awe on his face, it's. I don't remember how it was that he wound up recreating that, but it was something he had put some thought into, and so you're seeing like it's an actual surprise, and like the whole sniffing the gun thing, that was all his. Like he did that shit on his own, and it's just a really subtle thing, and most people wouldn't notice that something like that was intentionally put in there. But it's just a little hallmark of the character. Like he's been away from guns and everything for like a year at that point in time. And this is a man who, if you listen to the way he's vocalized in the movie, he's addicted to it. So here he is getting to shoot a gun. It's like, yes! Like it's just a rush. And Will Smith captured it perfectly versus Jared Leto going, ah, 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 ah. It's just weird and creepy to see something like that versus the intentional animosity and Saving Private Ryan or something like that. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, I think we've managed to get through all of our stories for the day. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah, yeah, yay!
Woot.
Yay!
We
I'm
have
in the Batcave.
that. No, no, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
No, I think I'm gonna say goodbye in the Batman voice.
Our audience doesn't deserve this. They really
It's not
don't.
the one they deserve. It's the one they need.
No one thinks that. No one
Well,
believes
I
that.
think that. I think that. Oh God, it's so hard. It's so hard to watch Tom Hardy and anything. Cause okay, one final thing. I promise this is the last thing. Um, have you
God help
seen?
us all.
Have you seen um the Mad Max version with him in there?
Which Mad Max?
The one with Tom Hardy.
The, I'm not sure.
Everyone else in there speaks their lines. But Tom Hardy, he has to say it like this. It's really low, quiet voice of the sun all the time. It's like it doesn't ever change. It's always this voice. It's always really quiet. So it's like he's mumbling his way through his lines. It's really quiet. You need to get louder than this. You're like you can tell he's getting really, really intense deep inside, but it's always coming out this way all the time. And it's like, God damn it, will you speak up? Either and Tom Hardy, like he has two extremes. Either he has shit on his face when he does a role, or he talks like he has shit in his mouth. Okay? Like that is the acting styles of Tom Hardy. It's like I have shit on my face or it's shit in my mouth. And if you watch uh the movie he did with uh I just forgot the name, Nick.
Um, I I can't help you here.
The one with
Can't
Leonardo DiCaprio. What was that one called?
the the one that won him the Oscar?
Yes, I just I'm drawing
Uh,
a
uh
blank.
um The Revenant, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, thank you. If you watch Revenant, Tom Hardy has shit on his face, and he talks like he has shit in his mouth. It's like, oh, I'm Tom Hardy. And like, he's even partially doing the Bane voice. So, like, that kind of speech there is like he's trying really hard to do Bill Cosby, but you can't tell it's Bill Cosby because he's not talking about Jello pudding. You know, it's like like and he mumbles his fucking lines in the whole movie, and it's all in this voice like this, and he's got shit all over his face. It's like this is Tom Hardy. I cannot watch a Tom Hardy movie where he is a normal person. He just cannot be a normal, straightforward actor, and it's terrible. It's a terrible actor.
I guess that's what we're leaving off
Fuck you,
on.
Tom Hardy. That's what we're ending on. Tom Hardy is 2016 as far as actors go.
Of all the people we're gonna say fuck you to, we're gonna say fuck you to Tom Hardy.
Why not? Why not?
You have so many other people to say fuck you to, and you pick Tom Hardy.
Oh, I just picked Tom Hardy to get him out of the way. He is the lesser of all evils. I guarantee you. Like, cause let's see, if we keep to our intentional schedule, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're gonna have one, two, three, four, five more episodes, and like the last one of this year, if we keep to our correct schedule, will be Friday, December 30th. Oh, oh, oh. Between then and now is Festivus for the rest of us. But the last show of this year is going to be the airing of grievances. And there's a lot of goddamn grievances that I have for 2016.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yes, I just made a Seinfeld reference. Deal with it.
I'm, I'm just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it
Love
go.
it. But yes,
Why would I love
but
it?
because I don't know. I don't know. Fuck off. That's why. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the day, I think. Please remember again, hashtag shameless plug. Please remember to like this video, comment on it, share it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like us on Facebook. Please go to our Patreon page and donate $1. I promise we are still working out the reward system and all the other cool shit. Message us on Twitter and subscribe to whatever the term is for Twitch. I don't even know what people say for Twitch anymore because we don't even do anything on Twitch, Nick. Why do we have a Twitch?
Um, for when we get more money to do things on there.
Yeah, yeah. So go to Patreon, give us just $1, just $1. Like us on Facebook, all the good things. Give us your money. We need it to save Gotham.
Are we saving Gotham or causing Gotham more trouble?
We're saving Gotham.
But what if our interference is what's causing the problems in Gotham?
That'll never happen.
Are you
Oh, you
sure?
think it will never happen? I could have a conversation with myself in these voices, and it would lead nowhere.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
I think it's good. Because, I mean, at least I'm not walking around going, Have you noticed, though, that laugh, what that laugh sounds like?
A dying hyena?
No, well, close. Do you remember the 1960s Batman?
Yeah, I do
The
actually.
penguin?
It does. It does
Yes,
sound like the penguin.
yes, yes. Tom Hardy is Burgess Meredith Reborn. I'm okay with that.
Huh. I've never thought of life like that.
Yay! Yeah. So what's 2016 gonna be reborn as? Dun 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 dun.
The apocalypse?
It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
I feel like you're lying.
Nope, not lying.
Okay.
Yep,
Well, I I guess is that it? Is that are we
that's
saying
it.
goodbye now?
That's it.
Oh. Alright everyone. I guess it's goodbye then.
It is. We'll talk to all of you on Wednesday.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.